Hello. It is Kitchen Counter Oracle, dark and early at 3:54 in the morning, the day after Christmas. Had to throw a K-cup in the coffee machine and all that jazz and get going because, it's just... Okay, first things first. This is going to be a tower channeling for the sign of Gemini. This can be anywhere in your chart. This could be you. This could be the crosswalk watcher. Do I know right off the bat? No. Do I care? Also no. Disclaimers are going to be in the description boxes of all the videos. I am not personally or in any other way legally, financially, medically, and stuff like that responsible for your personal decisions. So if you are a janky son of a bitch, then you're just a janky son of a bitch. Moving on. I just posted on my community board a minute ago, like, people who don't know how to leave well enough alone is an enigma that needs to be studied, because yes, indeedy it is, because you can't sit there and tell me. So some of the most heinous people I've ever seen operate under the guise of Helpy Helperton. But the thing is, you cannot tell me they are completely oblivious to the problems they are causing. Now, my thing is this. Covens are usually of two or more folks, right? Hence the coven energy, because there's multiple groups of people. They don't necessarily have to be a confirmed coven. It can just be a karmic ass family that's trying to manipulate you into doing God knows what for them and their careers. It could be a church community. It could be your own blood kin. That's like, whenever there's a group of two or more conspiring and stuff like that, it gives coven energy. And when you're trying to manipulate things into your favor, that's the witchcraft energy. See here, somebody does not know how to decipher anything. They are karmic as hell. They just want to be a goddamn gazillionaire, and at the expense of whoever and whatever. See, somebody here went around saying somebody was their divine counterpart, but deep down, it was to keep that person who is a counterpart isolated so they can energy harvest and manifest off of them. Because, see, when the she of the equation goes into union, it seals her off spiritually. Like, they wouldn't be able to access her anymore. So what do they have to do to keep her isolated? Start rumors, vicious, malicious gossip, and so on down that line. They will network with whoever and whatever they have to. That includes law enforcement and stuff like that. But the thing is, karma is just a big old bitch. And God is a snitch. See, the thing is, the whole touch not my anointed deal, that includes putting your mouth where it's not supposed to be. Because by speaking ill knowingly and intentionally over a person to keep them isolated to yourself, which is selfish as fuck, by the way, you technically touched them. By trying to make people see them as ill and bad because you say so, you technically touched their reputation, the name attached to the anointed person, and so on down that line. So you technically touched them, therefore you're going to get your shit rocked, as you should. Now, my thing is, I know at least 5 or 6 people with Gemini placements with this mentality. I also know 2 Gemini on Gemini couples right off the bat. This applies to as well. You can do well in life, just not better than them. Which is some real third degree bullshit if you ask me, because these people never achieve more, they never do better. One in particular wants you to be jealous of their financial debt. Oh yeah, this country is notorious for people competing to see who can go into debt the fastest, what they go into debt over, and so on down that line. Because it's really wild to say I'm a pathetic person when the only thing I make payments on is my car. My house is owned free and clear, and so on down that line. So to sit there and say I'm pathetic, I live in a shack and all that jazz, is wild to me when I've seen pictures of some folks' houses and it's not grandiose as they want you to believe. And so on down that line, they want you to feel bad because you live in a normal suburban neighborhood. They live in this fancy HOA. But the funny thing is if they wanted to build a garden in their backyard so they can say they're neck and neck with me, they have to clear it with their HOA first. I don't have to do that. So even my little shack on a 1/4 acre lot, yeah. Oh, there's a Pisces Aries couple. If I catch you in the dream state snooping around my house one more time, or trying to look into my assets in any way, shape or form, honey, we go into court. Because the second I get confirmation in the physical, hello, attorney. Because I'm not playing with y'all. Now, my thing is this. Divine energy does not intentionally cause problems in the lives of others. Karmic energy does. God does not interfere with people's paths. The devil does. So if you're the one trying to cause blockages and problems and stagnation in a person's life, then be rejected by their actual counterpart and so on down that line, you karmic as fuck. You're not the divine counterpart of somebody. You are karmic as shit. And it's one thing I know about karmics is y'all special as hell in the mentality department, because it takes you years to see this. And many of them are going to die fully believing they are not the karmic energy at play, but they're the karmic energy at play. Some people serve the devil whether they know it or not. Again, God does not interfere. The devil does. So when you're sticking your nose in business you have no part being in or knowing anything about, you're doing the devil's work. When you are gossiping about a person to make them lose their reputation, employment, and so on down that line, you're doing the devil's work. And what people don't realize is the devil can bless too. The thing is, those blessings are painfully temporary. Now, my thing is this. If you were not a karmic energy or have a lot of really bad karmic tendencies and or going to choose a karmic over me and so on down that line, God wouldn't be snitching. See, the thing is, God is going to tell me when you fail the test. Somebody here has been tested many times and has failed each and every single time. The whole, what will my friends and family have to say? How are people going to treat me because I'm dating the society reject and stuff like that? See, the thing is, you want to be called divine so bad, but you don't even have the balls to stand on business. See, the thing is, it's not just the one Gemini that wants to fluff and puff up his chest. I know a lot of men that will resonate with what I'm about to say. You want divine blessings, you gotta stand 10 toes down and be about it in publicly, privately, and everything else in between. You gotta be loud and proud about it. And the problem is, y'all are too worried about what people have to say to be this person. Out here trying to make me feel bad because I don't have a husband and kids when your relationship is karmic as hell. Because in one case, he's drinking, she's crying. Another is on the down low gay or by, and the wife is just now seeing this. And it's just the apologies owed to me at this point are fucking endless. God, they are so endless. But the funny thing is, again, the devil can bless too, but the difference between God's blessing and the devil's is the devils are temporary. See, my thing is, there was a cycle that started 5 years ago that was never supposed to be a thing. Because at the same time this witchcraft was going on, I was being shown that I would be betrayed by my counterpart. And the funny thing is I've yet to be proven wrong in that. I was shown he would have a son with a woman who had red hair. But the funny thing is this redhead has been up my ass for 5 years as this Gemini couple over here trying to force me to work with them, do something for them, womp, 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 right? And it's just like, I can see you, right? Because like the Gemini couple, I was forewarned 3 years prior to the 5-year cycle starting that's been in place that was never supposed to be in place. So if you're out here trying to twist and manipulate fate, you're of the devil. Period. But the funny thing is, it took these two, it took the redhead and this couple over here 5 years for dots to start connecting. And you know what? And it's like, what the funny thing is folks have been calling me stupid and dumb for years, but it shouldn't take a long time for you to see why I don't fuck with you. Because these people are trying. There's one group in particular, like, we have all these past lives, blah, 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 blah. You come in on that type of bullshit, I'm going to immediately remember why I stopped fucking with you then. I'm gonna, like, if you killed me in a past life, I'm gonna remember. See, the thing is, God is gonna test you. And so if you're judging me for something stupid, like a couple of extra pounds on my hips, the location of my home, the car I drive, and so on down that line, it just lets me know you don't need to be in my circle. That's what it lets me know. That's exactly what it lets me know. But the funny thing is there is not a love spell strong enough to make me like a person I've already decided I don't like. Oh, and the funny thing is, with what's coming down the pipeline, you might want to be worried about your own house. Yeah, because I ain't coming to offer you food. It's just me and my dog, and that's the way it's going to be. because I don't work with traitors in any capacity. So my thing is, don't tell it to me. Explain to God why you got in the way. Because ignorance can be forgiven, but anything like you realize your mistake one time. But the thing is, you chose to keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Anything after, like instance 2 on down, that is a decision. You chose to be that person. You chose to be a problem. You chose to stay in karmic energy, be surrounded by karmic influences and all this other shit. That ain't my problem. See, the thing is, the stuff you mess up for me, it has to go somewhere in your bloodline. It doesn't always come back to you. It'll manifest in your kids. And I'm not saying that as a threat. I'm saying that's just how karma works. See, the funny thing is they want to say I'm spewing a curse over their bloodline, but explain to me how the concept of sins of the father work in Christianity. Yeah, that's a saying, sins of the father. But the funny thing is, there's the sins of the father as there are sins of the mother. If you have a daughter and you made fun of me for being a little bit overweight, a little on the chubby side, then guess what? Guess what? Do I really need to go into massive detail? What can possibly become a thing down the line? You decided to fuck up my finances, then guess what? Your kids are going to have career and financial issues. Money is just going to flow through their fingertips like sand. They're not going to be able to hang on to it or get the grades to get the scholarship and stuff like that. Let's see. You tried to mess with my love life to keep me from settling down and having a family. Well, guess what? Oh, wait. You accused me of being a gold digger. Guess what? One of your kids is going to end up with a gold digger. Do I really need to go into further detail how that works? But the funny thing is, when kids are conceived out of love, that's one thing. Kids born in out of karmic energy to keep a position and stuff like that, they gonna give y'all the business. And the funny thing is they're gonna judge their partners going forward just as you did me. See, the thing is, with this Gemini group, it was never about love, it was about finances. And I hate liars. I also don't like frat boys. So guess what? Let me catch a frat boy snooping around in my business one more time, because believe me when I say I am in the physical on the lookout, looking for you within my bounds. See, the funny thing is y'all may have driven like slightly better cars and wore more name brand stuff clothing wise, but my family's pockets were deeper. And a lot of the job titles we had, yeah, they actually held weight. For example, one of my uncles was a part of the national the dental boards, and briefly the president of the Alabama dental association. Yeah, that's my family. But no, you're too worried about what things look like. You're too busy judging a book by its cover. And you know what? I don't care to share my story with greedy, selfish, backstabbing, underhanded people. So while you're busy leasing your life away to look like you have the best and the greatest of everything, I'll be over here relaxing. And as long as you're worried about me, you will never know peace. But that's what you get for being in my business, knowing damn good and well you were not supposed to be there. And that is a trait of Gemini's in distorted karmic energy, is being insufferably nosy and gossipy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is why I don't trust. I mean, yeah, I do have my share of Gemini placements and stuff like that, but at the same time, I know when and where to draw the line. I know when and where to draw the line. Mm-hmm. Oh, and for one in particular, the next time you're going to give your homeboy a blowjob, don't be focusing on my energy while you're doing that. That's not a good look for you. Toodles.